Well, hello. What you guys up to? How's your day? What you doing? Happy Wednesday. I didn't plan on going live. In fact, I didn't tell anybody I was even doing this because I wasn't going to let anybody talk me out of it. But I'm fed up. A little bit more than fed up. I'm fed up with people around me being hurt. So we're going to go down the list. I said list. I sure as fuck did. It's very short, so don't mind that it won't be a very long list. But some of these bitches want addressed, and it's time I do it. And I guess they want some attention again. So let's just go ahead and give them something to talk about that's actually legit instead of them making shit up out of the fucking thin air. Let's go. Y'all. How are you guys? What y'all doing? Hey, Steph. Hey, Haley. Catherine, Candace, Revival, Mal. Oh, you know, the shitty booty bitches. Hey, Biobo. Hey, Fletcher. Tara Lee, Darby C, Amy, Postcards, Rubber Ramada, Pink October, Crafty Girl, Marcy, Pointer Lover. Okay. Poco. Is that right? Paco. Just Murray. Stonefly Blue, Marcy. You started your first day of teaching? Hold on just a second. It was only a half a day, but you're tired and have a headache. Well, I hope it goes well. Hey, Lindsay, I can see you. It was funky yesterday. I didn't even question. I knew it wasn't your normal profile picture, but I know a lot of people have been having that. Now it makes me feel bad because I didn't even question if it was you or not. I just treated you as such because it's so obvious to tell it was you. Hey, AJ Life, Cheryl, Grandma Cece, Sheila, Deb, Shop, Reese, Oh My Lanta, Gina Cakes, Penny, Teresa. Oh, Hank, you want to say hi to your friends really quick? You want to say hi? No, you're just looking for more treats. He says, ma'am, I need more treats. That's all we're doing. Penny, Teresa, Row to Row. So none of my mods have any idea what's going on here. So before you start that weird shit, because I know you like to do that, none ya. If Revival is screenshotting shit and taking it to nonsense, stick it up your ass because it's not Revival. And until you have proof of any fucking thing you say, you like to get on here and just fucking run that yapper. Run. You don't have proof of any of this, that it's Revival that's sending me stuff, because it's not. But you sit there and run your mouth and accuse her of such. There was one point in time where it was receipts or it didn't happen. Of course, that's never been you, right? You're just giving your opinion. So you don't have to provide receipts. Revival hasn't been the one to bone collect or anything. People see it. It's all over the place. You want it to be seen. So why do you give a fuck in the beginning? Nunya. Why do you give a shit if she does tell me what the fuck's being said? Even though she's not screenshotting and sending it to me, and you have no proof of that shit, she'll tell you what she sees and says. But she is one of a huge group of people that are sick of your shit. See, that's how that works. People don't like you because they know what it's been like for 3 years with you. Crazy. Hey, Shauna L. Hey, Akira. Teresa, thank you for renewing. And Ocean Loving Lady, thank you for becoming a member. Hey, Marina girl. Kathy ain't got no time for BS. Ooh, thank you, Shop. I will definitely go check him out, and I will share him out for you. Thank you so much for letting me know. I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, you were great, Lindsay. You just picked up, and I knew it was you because of the way you like engage in conversations. But hey, Janice in accounting. Yeah, you don't know shit. That's right. Yeah, exactly. Well, that was yesterday. Hey, Mimi of 8, and Revival didn't come to me. I'm just fucking fed up. I'm frankly fed up. So, let's see. Let's go over here. What's her channel name? Let's go look. Well, I'll be darned. Here we go. So I've always told you guys I don't watch, right? Here's the Good Nenias channel. You can see. And I can do this on my backup too if I need to. I don't switch them. There's no need to do that. But as you can see, I don't even watch them. These are her videos. This one 3 months ago, I clicked into for some reason. When I cut them out, I cut them out. And it's not a joke. I find no enjoyment in watching or listening to them hurt people I care about. When I say I do not watch, I do not watch. And every one of these. There you go. Here's the one that I clicked. I don't even know why. There you go. Oh, it's funny how all of the ones from over 2 years ago are scrubbed. There you go. There's one of them. Who else do you want me to show that I don't watch? Who else do you want me to show? I don't give a fuck. The reason I'm doing this is because a lot of people that I care about continue to get drug into their shit. Now, I'm going to go down the list. Nunya, 2 years ago, I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. I yanked her fucking wrench because she was supporting Veda Jade and pretending like Veda Jade's sexual assault and story of being kidnapped was relevant. And oh, that was so brave of you to tell your story. Meanwhile, she completely fabricated the fucking bullshit, which they all knew. But not only Nunya went over there, so did LG. LG got her wrench yanked at the same time. She tried making me feel guilty for taking her wrench in supporting Veda Jade, who had been an absolute clusterfuck in my YouTube world and life for quite some time. I said, nah, sorry, bye. Nunya and her cronies started the iTow channel shortly after. Guess where the first place the iTow channel was noticed? Veda Jade's. Yep. So shortly, when was the iTow channel made, actually? Let me look. Let me go look. Was it made right after I parted ways with them or right before? Sorry, guys. I'm not prepared for this one because is it even up anymore? Who knows? Okay. I don't know when it was created. But that channel, and I've walked all this through before 1,000,001 times, but because they are really, really trying to like drive this narrative that I have done something, said something. No. I started out on Facebook by myself. Those two found me, Amethyst and Nunya, came to me out of nowhere. Didn't know who they were, nothing. I was just doing my thing. No place whatsoever. Nunya came to me and approached me as a friend of Dre McRae. Come to find out, she was a previous mod of Dre McRae, but that had ended long before this situation had happened with Marvon. Didn't find that until about a year into it. Her mods had always been really pissed when we would go live and talk or anything, and I couldn't figure out why Dre's own people were so pissed off at Nunya as she was being a good friend to Dre. Well, it's because Dre had asked her good friends to not talk about or involve themselves. But see, there was a thing that had happened previously when she had taken Nunya's admin stuff too, way previous to that I wasn't aware of. Good night, Sassy Hound. I'm talking about the HOA. I'm naming names. If you're confused, then let it fly. One after another, there has been nothing but issues around these people. 2 years. 2 years now. 2 fucking years. Amethyst. Again, in April. She had a fit because I took and accepted a link to go up on Clues. Then I refused to take the time. I was tired. I had a bunch of shit going on at that point in time. I was tired. I was emotional. Didn't feel that I needed to justify myself to anybody. I basically told her her conversation could wait. She didn't like that. She was fucking livid. I went back, told her, look, if and when you're ready to have a conversation, okay. The delusional bullshit started real fast. And the thing that's really confusing to me is ever since they can't control or think they have control, they never had control over what I said or did. I want to make it very clear. Not a single fucking thing on this channel is anything from them. Amethyst asked me to cover in detail her situation. I gratefully did it and would have done it again and again because that mattered to me. But you will not sit here and throw shit in my face such as that, or go to other people that I've decided to help and attempt to smear me because you don't think I'm doing enough or allowing you enough. I've given you motherfuckers more than enough of me. Then, in that same time, when Amethyst was pissed off at me, Nunya had started her shit again. And I thought it was really strange because Nunya came in here for a conversation. You can go look. It's still up on my panel. And what happens? Nunya comes in the chat. And for anybody that doesn't know how Nunya works, when Nunya comes in on a panel, you're going to be spun and told semantics and word salad, right? Because that's all she has. She has no emotional intelligence, but she has this calm, articulate demeanor. She wants y'all to think she's just this put together, way more competent person. No, there's an art to it. And that's why when Nunya's on panel, the chat knew I'm not paying attention. Well, funny enough, at the same time Nunya comes up to have a conversation with me because it had hurt my feelings. See, now I'm way past over the fucking hurt. Now I'm just burn it to the fucking ground. Probably not a spot you want me to ever get in. You sat in a chat, the soups, where Six Up and others were saying I was exploiting Mackenzie to Cash when you guys know exactly who Cash is. And I allowed you to know who Kenzie was too, especially you, Amethyst. You actually had direct contact with her. You actually met her in person multiple times. But that's what the conversation Nunya and I were having. And she did apologize. I will say that. She did apologize and could understand where that hurt me. But see, the thing about her is she's been chalking up the points of what actually gets under my skin and hurts me. And you want to fuck with me? It's my kid, my family, and my friends. One thing I am is loyal to a fault, but I'm not loyal to sneaky ass bitches. Let's be clear. So at the time Nunya comes on panel, Amethyst comes in the chat at the exact same time. They choose to roll in at the same time. And what does Amethyst do? She goes into attacking Revival, saying publicly in the chat that Revival was stalking her. Of course, I wasn't paying attention to the situation because I was trying to keep understanding of the circle talker on panel with me. Thankfully, the mods handled it as well as they possibly could have. Asked her to stop. That didn't happen. But when I got off here, I got to know what was said, everything, and I felt terrible because I didn't even control my own chat, and they understood why, but I still felt terrible because I should have never allowed Revival to get attacked like that, especially with somebody with a wrench. You want me to pull that up, Revival? You want me to pull that video up? That was in April, before I went to Florida. The chat's not there because I took that off. But when I found out what happened and that Revival was being called a stalker, you think there wasn't a conversation that ensued? There sure as fuck was. There sure as fuck was a conversation. And all that had ever happened that led to that, let me set the stage for you. One night in November of 2024, everybody was watching BJ. I don't even remember what was going on at the time. And Revival reached out to me and said, hey, everything okay? I don't remember exactly. It was very basic. It was not like oh my God, Becky, you're not going to believe what she's doing. That's never the case. It was like, everything okay? Am's over there, like, wanting to sing Kumbaya and fucking hold hands with Brittany. And I was like, I don't fucking know. Because I never do. Because I never knew. See, the expectation was I needed full transparency of everything I thought, said, and did. But I didn't demand that of them because I just didn't give a fuck. So I went to Am, asked her. She gave me some story about how, she was just playing a game kind of thing and just dipping her toe in, whatever the fucking. It was no big deal. It was no fucking big deal. Well, the screenshots exist. We've got the screenshots. If we need to post those, I absolutely fucking can. And the messages fucking exist. The messages exist on top of that. So, I mean, whatever. But that's what happened. She came in this fucking chat and attacked Revival. Called her a stalker over that. And Am made an excuse for why she was over there. And Revival never said it again. Never mentioned it again. That was it. But that turned into fucking stalking her. So that was November of 2024. And this conversation is happening in April of 2025. The only thing I will give Nunya credit for is she brought Revival to my world. Because, see, there was always a keep a distance between nonsense and others kind of thing. Like, they always thought that they had some level of importance of the people around me. So they always talk to everybody because if you know me, I am shitty at text messages and communication. So they've gone after Revival constantly. They've actually, and I'm going to say this, and I hope Revival isn't mad at me for doing it, but Nunya went as low as to try and discredit everything. Now, her and Nunya had a relationship outside of me before Revival and I got close. She knows Revival. She knows everything that Revival stands for, who she is as a person, and what she's dedicated her life to. And that's her family. Especially individuals with special needs. Nunya has made it a point to continue to mock and ridicule Revival because of what she stands so firmly for. I guess when you stand for nothing and you just fucking try to adapt everybody else's personalities, It's kind of a bad day, huh? I guess when you don't stand for shit at all and you just morph into the new Nunya that's going to be accepted by people, or you think you wouldn't know the world that Revival is. Oh, yeah. She also said that liking her, that's back to Amethyst. Amethyst tried to claim that liking and engaging that Revival was doing on X, Amethyst paid for a blue check mark on X to get noticed and get in the algorithm. She paid for the check mark. So Revival did what a good supportive person, because they were never friends, but she was supportive of her being my friend. Extremely supportive. Extremely supportive. So she went and engaged with those posts. That also was stalking. So be careful. You're going to buy a check mark to get yourself in the algorithm, but then you don't want people to engage because it's stalking you. All right. Right on. Back to Nunya. I am so sick of you trying to push off this whole thing that I'm the only one that knew who you were. You had a fucking family vlogging channel when you were around Dre. You had a fucking TikTok with your real goddamn name on it. You were a mod for Dre. For how long? And a lot of people didn't care for you or like you. But you continue to put it off that I'm the only one that had any idea of who you were. That's a fucking bullshit lie. A bullshit fucking lie. I have never gone after your family. Never fucking would. Never gone after you because you're just not relevant to me. This isn't going after you. This is, you got a fucking problem? Speak. Say what the fucking issue is, because all this other sideline bullshit, fucking going back through my content and trying to rewrite shit, it's never going to fucking land. You look like pathetic ass, jealous fucking clowns. And most of you are almost 50 years old. You've got some lady over there that doesn't know a fucking thing about me running her mouth, the soup. She don't know a goddamn thing about me or any of these situations, and she thinks you guys are honest with her. Ooh, yikes. Well, a couple things about people like you. They always show their sides. They really do. But you notice, Nunya can't do it on her own. Nunya has never stood on her own. She's always had to have a group of 3 because there is no Nunya. Nunya cultivates a personality of who she's around. So currently we have Dumb and Dumber Jonesin. And Deets, who at one time I thought she had a little bit of oomph to her, a little bit of brain. So you've got somebody with a brain and somebody with a personality, and then there's Nunya. She just exists. With her articulate, well-spoken lack of emotional intelligence or understanding of the world. Jonesin, I never cared for. They can all tell you from jump. I couldn't stand her. See, the difference is between me and them. I don't have to pretend. I have been me from day one, whether they like it or not. This is who I am in real life. This is who I am on this app. I don't have to pretend that I stand for things, like pretending that I'm for victims, wanting to start a victim advocacy group, wanting to do something for victims. Then I turn around because I'm pissed off at Becky, because Becky cuts me out of her life. And I lower myself to the point that I am doing shorts, asking Bullhorn Betty to meet up at Charlie Kirk's memorial. Tell me again how you're for the victims, or you'll ever be seen for the victims. Deets came from MGL? No fucking way. I didn't know that, oh my Lanta. No fucking way. They talk about all these people that have left me. Here you go. Nunya, booted. L, booted. There was another mod. I don't have anything negative to say about her at all. That's Hope's Echo. Nothing negative to say about her. She was always genuinely kind. She had asked me numerous times to remove her wrench, so I think she kind of got caught up in thinking I took it alongside them. But there was nothing bad I ever have to say about Hope's Echo. She was kind, but I didn't want her caught up in that shit. I didn't fucking... Wow, I didn't know that. That would be weird. That would be really weird if she came from MGL. I've never heard that, so ever. And yes, that's true. Yeah, don't give two shits. That's another point. That's another point. Let me see who else is over there. Beefergs. I've discussed that. I have no issue with her whatsoever. I think that's my side of things, though. I took a bunch of courtesy wrenches, and then it was said that I took her wrench because she was in Joneson. That was never the case. Who else? Who else is over there that has all these like, oh my God, nonsense? So we've got Nunya, and my assumption is Elle was part of ITAL, at least the collecting portion of it, and that will never be forgotten. Because they were trying to do the same shit to me. I just forced their hand out front. Huh. Who else is it? Who's this big group that have left me? I've taken a few other wrenches, courtesy wrenches, because I don't cover things that they talk about. Yeah, Hope's Echo is a super nice person. There was nothing involved with this group of people. She had asked me previously and told me, hey, take my wrench, whatever. I'm trying to think of anybody else that I can even. This is why this list is so short. Again, back to Joneson. I fucking couldn't stand Joneson from day one. Let me tell you my introduction to this world. So I was head buried down in the Marvon McRae case of what was happening in Georgia. They had announced that a Marine veteran had passed away. Somehow that Queen Bee and the Hive, that's how we found them. I don't remember even the first time at all. It was such a chaotic time. But can you show how many views? Oh, what's her channel's name? Revival? The Stinson Soup? There should be one of hers. I think somebody sent me a link to. Oh, got it. She's got an intro video. Oh, she's actually pretty. Oh, she's hanging out with some ugly bitches. Here you go. Oh, here, let me make it bigger. Okay, so this is her channel. This is her home. I'll go through it all. Members only, members only. Shorts, posts. Okay, videos. Here you go. Video section. There you go. Wait, she did Gypsy Rose content? I don't even know. What? No. Hold on. Wait, is this actually her? No. She's a caterer? She does all the same content as the Katie Joy people, as the Antis. Weird. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, so there's her videos. Let's go to her live streams. I mean, these goes back. Oh God, she's been at this a long time. Okay, so here you go. Oh, look at I'm Captain Savaho. You know what's so funny is I did this members only because I know they're in my members group. I have like 970 members. You want me to put it full screen so you guys can see? You guys are some nosy asses. Just joking. I don't have nothing to hide. When I say I don't watch, I don't watch. And again, I'm not lurking on an alt or anything. I just don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. I put time and energy into what I am doing content on. Anybody that knows me. And that's the funny thing is they know this. Nunya and Amethyst especially know this. Amethyst especially knows this because I go MIA when I'm in a rabbit hole. There's Saint Nonsense. Look at that. I got a fucking cape. I got a cape again. They know I'm not listening. Look at me. Yay, me. So this is, how long has this been going on? I don't know. I don't think she's even been around for. I mean, there's just nothing here. Not a goddamn thing. Not a goddamn thing. I don't listen to these people. I don't give a fuck. But people are fed up. So I figured let's just go over it again because until people understand that this is what it's going to be, there's nothing. It doesn't matter what I say or do. And people need to understand that. Yeah, that's fucking funny. That's so funny to me that that's where they came from. No. Why? Am I supposed to? You want me to put that up there again? And no, unlike them, I'm not hiding under an alt. Oh, thank you so much, Buttercup. I appreciate you. I enjoy talking about cults a lot. That's why it's such an easy switch for me. Who else do you want me to talk about? Jones and I've watched a little bit of, not recently, but I have watched videos of her deets. You guys want me to do those too? You want me to show you how I'm just not? Soup was the white rabbit. Huh? I missed one with a cigarette. What? What are you talking about? Can you imagine having something to bitch about? Like, oh my God, she's smoking a fucking cigarette again. She's fucking smoking a pancake blitz and a bong. I don't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, back to reality. Back to life. Back to reality. I just gave up fucking caring a long time ago. See, a lot of people out here will tell you they stop watching or shut it off. Nope, these people are out of my algorithm. Now they'll probably be back in my algorithm and I'll just have to hit do not recommend again and do not suggest. Like, it's simple. You get it out of your algorithm, and my algorithm is flooded with shit that I actually watch or enjoy. Well, besides BJ, but that's still a train wreck that nobody can look away from. They also, yeah, I don't know enough about that whole situation with any of the Summer Wells stuff, but I will tell you this. So I was always taught on here that there was pillars of the Summer Wells community, that they were very upstanding with their coverage of Summer Wells. And then I heard the other side of the coin and was actually sent some videos. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. No. Nope. It looks like Exploitation Station kind of was abound at that point in time, too. Unfortunately, though, many of them have scrubbed their videos and or their channels. I missed it again. Is this one? Is that what you're saying? What did I miss? The cigarette one. Which one is it? I don't know what you're talking about. I smoke Camel Lights. At least give me the right cigarettes. I'm not seeing it. I'm looking again. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? Revival! I don't know what I'm fucking looking for. Text it to me. I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking for. Kyle's not home. Kyle is still at work. Yeah, I don't know anything about Ziggy either. I don't know anything about that community, but I've just heard a lot of stuff. I don't even know who that is. Yeah, I have no clue who those people are. I'm like, White Rabbit doesn't ring a bell to me. Like, none of these people that you guys are naming is anything that I know anything about. Yeah, I don't care. That's all outside of me. I frankly don't give a shit. I'm just sick and tired of these bitches. So what they're working with now. Okay. Thank you. I'm like, what are you talking about? What we are working with now is we have some people that have just a field day. But this is how this worked. I kicked Nunya loose 2 years ago. They created ITOW to go after Queen and target Queen. Nunya has admitted that she is behind ITOW. Now, again, you can choose to sit with that however you want. But the Nunya I knew, in fact, Nunya was a part of that conversation when I had that meltdown about it, because I really, really thought, fuck, this is likely somebody I know, and I'm going to be really disappointed, because anybody that can start off a channel at Christmas time that was an ex-friend in the way that they do is a real grimy son of a bitch. And I knew I had to reconcile, because at that point in time, although I had pulled wrenches and stuff, I still was okay with these people. I still tried to have an olive branch of communication and understanding, because they came from a different side of things, and they were really pissed off at Queen for something, and I just couldn't understand it. I would always say, they'd be like, well, she collected this amount of money. And I was like, yeah, but when the lawsuit is done, that is when, like, all of this matters. It didn't make sense to me that they were fucking jumping like little chihuahuas trying to call her out for shit that didn't even make sense. We were so early on in the lawsuit that they all promoted and stood for. It didn't make any sense. Hey, Miss Lee, I love you. And at Brantley, let me give you a little something here, since you still continue to act like I hurt you. I've never communicated with Brantley, ever. Not a single time, unless he is somebody else in my inbox that I am not aware of, which, if you know me and you know emails, chances are you might get a 1 or 2 line sentence, if you even get a response, because I suck at them, and that's just the way it's going to continue to be. And it'll be that way. So I don't know what he's so hurt over. He was never a person over here. I don't know where he came from. I don't know how he came in. The only person I really have respect for out of the entire group, I mean, there's a few of them, a few from the OG drama community that really were fucking great to me, have always been good to me. We just do 2 separate things now, but that group of people I still have a lot of respect for. The game playing, these people are not associated with the drama community. In fact, most of them couldn't stand the drama community. Most of them couldn't stand those people, because those people knew exactly what they were when they came in. I got you. I just saw it pop up. What email? Blank screen. I didn't even hear that she blamed you for an email. Oh my God. I've been hearing some nonsense on the YouTube. Did she change the profile pic? I'm not seeing that one. Well, goddamn, she made me skinny in that one and gave me rollers or something in my hair. Hot damn. Oh, there's little people. There's like a little person. Oh, and handcuffs. Bitch, I've never even had a traffic ticket, let alone handcuffs. Come on now. I'm a real simple bitch. It's not that hard to follow along here. Oh. I gotcha. The Outlook, yep. But this has been an ongoing thing. Now, the soup, as you can see, it's just not my cup of tea or my cup of soup. I prefer Nefla soup. She's kind of a split pea with ham, a little chunky in the going down area, because you're like, well, that's not what was said, but okay, spin it around in circles. And yes, I've heard enough clips to know. Nunya is a problem. Absolutely. She will be so excited that I called her a problem. Beth, have always respected the shit out of Mobs. That is one that I will say through and through. But Mobs doesn't move like these people do. Let me be very clear. Mobs does not do this shit like these people do. Mobs not... I don't even want to compare Makeup Mobster in this group of people, because she is nothing like this group of people. Mobs is genuinely one of the kindest. Yeah, she's a good person. As far as Nunya goes, Nunya acts like, nothing gets to her. Well, if it's said here, it doesn't get to me. No, obviously it's this right here, the public humiliation of not having her wrench, which is really fucking weird, because she was one that used to laugh about it all the time about wrenches, is really quite shocking, because every person that she kind of becomes a target or becomes one of her target, has removed her wrench and said, no more. No more. I'm not doing this shit. And then it becomes this personal vested obsession of hers. And I'll say that what it is, because I can't imagine if somebody kicked me to the curb 2 years ago and I watch them more now 2 years later and hung on to everything they said and tried to poke and pick fights. Not only I tried to pick fights with them, but I tried to rally everybody against her because, oh, she's such an evil person. You want to talk about my money, JP? Why don't you ask some of those people? And I'm not talking about Nunya on this one. I can't throw her under the bus. Why don't you ask some of those people how generous I am? Because some of those people that have the biggest issues with me and sit there and allow you to say shit about, oh, she's flying first class, know exactly what the situation is and who bought me a first class ticket. The boys did. That's part of the ranch. That's part of the job. It is what it is. Chad selected me to go in first class. I was like a little kid. I've flown first class twice now. Yay me. It's cheaper on that flight anyways, than that direct flight to do first class. There's so much that has been said and twisted and misconstrued. They knew. They watched everything I did. They were critical of some of the things that I did. They didn't like some of the things. I was always supposed to pivot and fall in line. And, you know, there was always this, well, I'm going to pay attention to this person because I don't trust what they're doing. Okay, cool. I don't even watch that person. So you go for it. I'm going to do that, though. That's not going to be, I'm going to keep an eye out. Really? Okay, cool. Waste your time doing that. That was Amethyst. But then now it's being thrown in other people's faces that they had concern. Interesting. Interesting how that works out. Helen, that's a good question. I have no fucking clue. See, the thing is many people knew way before I did and warned me about Nunya. Many people did. I've got emails that I just chalked up to they were pissed off. Can't go back, can't change anything. It was a learning lesson. But it's something that I'm very proud to say. Nothing has changed over here as far as me doing the content, me doing the research, me putting my time and energy into doing what I want to do when I want to do it. See, that's the thing, is I'm never easily controlled by anybody. And they really tried. Amethyst wanted me to be the face of some movement. Let's go there. She wanted to start a 501c3 or a 501c4 to help victims, but she could never really clearly state what her focus was, because she would get wrapped up in like transgender rights in prison, because she is very anti-transgender. And to me, when you're a victim's advocate, that is the last thing you concern yourself with. And then she would talk about prison reform and prison sentencing, which absolutely does need overhauled. But then she would also mix in like victims' rights. That's why it's such a layered thing when it comes to victims. And you have to be able to like really have a focus. Okay, this is my focus and this is what I'm going to direct this on. So I always said, and I've always been very public about it, that I will use my YouTube channel to the best of my ability to show this is the problematic behavior. This is how it links. This is how they are all using propaganda. That's what I can do within this space. When it comes to outside this space, I am willing to help research. I am willing to help financially. I was willing to help start it up, put money aside and everything. But she could not narrow a vision. And she would always say, I know exactly what I want to do. But you have to have a target focus when it comes to an organization like that. You have to know exactly where you're starting and exactly the goal. And it was just all over the place. And I'll be very honest, I could never align myself with somebody like her who has such disdain for other people in communities. That was always going to be a personnel or a personality conflict, because I don't care what people do in their bedrooms, who they love, what they choose to wear, if they've had gender reassignment surgery, if they haven't, that's none of my business. I want people to live their full, true, authentic lives. And she knows that, and so do the rest of them, that I stand very firmly on that. Very firmly on that. So there was always going to be a conflict there between us. And I would never be the face of it. Because first and foremost, that's doing a disservice to the victims that you're advocating for. That became a major issue between us. And it was something that was never going to overcome. She was very pissed off at me because, I was so disappointing. Now, when it came down to her and I falling out, I'm going to share a little bit of what the actual fallout consisted of. So after I took the panel over at Clues and I got scolded for that, which you can go see Chasey and tell me that that's when things changed for a lot of them, was when I had the balls to say that I respected Clueminati for offering me a link when a parent of a missing child was having a complete and utter meltdown. Absolutely rational meltdown. Surprised he hadn't had one before, and surprised he hadn't said a lot more. But Clue offered me a link. And although Clue and I had had some issues in the past, in moments like that, Clue and I have always put everything aside. And we've always been able to do that. Now, that I did respect Clue majorly for. I didn't know what to do. I had no fucking clue what to do in that moment. But Chasing told me on Granny's panel, a month and a half ago, that that's when things changed, was when I said I respected Clue. See, they hate Clue because she's all of these things. She's racist. She's this, she's that. That's their talking points, not mine. Meanwhile, Clue said something problematic over a year ago that they've held on to. Clue has not said anything, but they're still saying the shit. They're still making excuses. They're making current excuses for racist language being used by some hero white guy named Charlie Kirk, and wanting to disregard all of his fucking victims. Yes, I said victims of the rhetoric he pushed repeatedly. They're idolizing this fucking guy when he has and they can't even validate that. You can like the guy and you can still validate the fact that he has a lot of victims in pain. But they're stuck on Clue, who never used that language again. But that's when things changed for Chasing. I laughed. I laughed fucking hard about that. Because I'm willing to cross the aisle, so to speak. Because at that point in time, Clue and I were not buddies. We weren't enemies. But we weren't buddies. But because I was willing to be there and try to support a victim's family, I was shunned, ridiculed, and shamed. While they sit there on their fucking platforms as these pillar of virtues, I want you to remember they fucking coddle racism. You want to call me a racist sympathizer? No, you guys lately have gone full blown to invalidate women of color and their experience with Charlie Kirk. White women invalidating women of color and their experience with Charlie Kirk and what his words meant to them. That's all you had to tell me about who most of you were. The funny thing for me is I will always have more respect for Clue than I will for a single one of them. It's not that hard to understand why. Clue can have conversations. Clue's willing to listen, talk. She's got a heart of gold. You heard Kyle the other day say, who couldn't like Cletus? Who couldn't like Clue and Cletus? Because we live in reality. And I would rather sit down at a table with Clue and Cletus any fucking day of the week. Because I know in times that were tough, they'll be the first two there. These other ones would be hiding behind somebody else saying, are you going to go? Are you going to go? Who's going to do it? Because we have to go in a pair. We can't do it alone because they don't have backbones. They got to hold each other up. Clue and Cletus stand alone. I mean, the choice was simple. But that's how this all started. And then it was tried to mask that because Clue was racist and I took a link. No, I had nothing to do with it. It's because I said I respected her. And how dare I go against what they thought? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm white. I'm a white woman. I'm not going to sit here and invalidate any person of color's experience or what hurts them or harms them. Never tried to take that from you guys. Never tried to say anything. I tried to listen and have conversations. Unlike you guys are willing to do. So this is all stemmed, and I want to be very clear. I have no history with stints in the suit. None whatsoever. And again, as you know, I don't give a fuck who does content on me, but I'm just setting the facts out here. Zero history with the soup. The soup is part of the discords with all sorts of different people. And I know for one, she's in, oh fuck, now which one is it? Where they talk shit about me. Gavel Geeks. Gavel Geeks Discord, I've been shit talked in previously by Lindsay Lee. Joneson's Discord. Oh, let's speak about Discords for a minute, because that always gets pinned on people too. So you always try to pin it on one particular person that, oh, they've been sending. No, that's never been the case. Never been the case. There is actually many people from Discords that would come to me and say, look, I'm in this Discord and this is what is happening. They are doing calls and just talking shit about you over. And that had happened for months. I tried to ignore it. I tried to act like I didn't know what was going on. It wasn't just Miss Leah, like they always try to blame. It wasn't just Miss Leah that was in that Discord, but she got the fucking blame for that too. There was a lot of people that came to me about what they saw in those Discords. But Miss Leah got the rap for that. Again, Joneson's Discord. So when Queen Bee, and now I might need to be corrected on some of this because this part I wasn't a part of. So I think that they were all part of Queen Bee's Discord. I think Nunya, Joneson, and all those guys were a part of Queen Bee's Discord. When they fell out, from what I understand, Joneson and Nunya both had Discords, but they combined them. Basically put all the people in Joneson's Discord. Is now my Discord people, you tell me if I'm right. They combined and used Joneson's as the main server, and then Nunya's is the private with the private rooms. I think that's kind of how it went. I could be wrong. No clue. Don't give a fuck. But the same bullshit continued on. The same wash, rinse, repeat. Oh, Stinson, I heard you want to go back through videos. If you want to hit me up, I can give you the videos that really cause chaos of your holier than thou Nunya going after Letitia. You know, since I'm such an evil person, I can give you the ones where she sat on her channel because it looks like she scrubbed it all and really, really had a lot to say about them that I got criticized and ridiculed over, even though it was her. But if you want those videos, those exist too. If you want to do a fair and balanced coverage, but I'm sure you don't. Is that right? Just Marie? Am I right on that? Like, they were in Queens, and then when they fell out, I think that's what they did, from what I understand, is they basically combined Discord. So Nunya's people and Joneson's people, and they kind of became one. I think that's what happened. And then Nunya's Discord is like the private rooms and shit where she talks about people. Now, they've been collecting on people for a long time. That's something that her and her people have always done. And when I say her people, unfortunately, I taught them that. I taught them that you will never expose someone as much as they expose themselves. You detail, you timeline, and you show their words. That's exactly what I taught them because she didn't know shit about this arena. Every person that I had problems with, Nunya ended up in the inbox with. Every single time. Every single fucking time, from Veda Jade to Goose to every single person. When the ship went after me, she ran to them over that. I wouldn't be shocked about Penelope. I have no idea. Flava, Nunya, I got all sorts of fucking caught up in shit, accused of being a mod for Flava and groups on Facebook and shit. I had nothing to do with it. I was never a mod. And in fact, one of my friends in here was subsequently doxxed because of all the fuckery in those sidelines and Molly thinking she was somebody she wasn't. There was so much fuckery. And all I continued to ask was, please stop. Please stop. Please stop entertaining the very people that are coming after me. Let's go. Oh, I stopped at Joneson. Sorry. Let me go back to Joneson. I have always thought Joneson was stupid because when I was introduced to Queen Bee in the Hive, I was like, who the fuck is that person? You know, and I was kind of getting to know the different characters. And the one thing I noticed right off the bat with Joneson was that she would play in Queen Bee's face and then she would run to Dolly. Run to Dolly. Okay, so she shut hers down because thank you. Thank you. See, I don't fucking... Thank you for clarifying because they'll be like, see, she's fucking lying again. No, I just don't give a fuck. Joneson has always been an insecure, wanting to fit in wherever she can. So she has her foot in one place where she says those are her friends, but she always keeps a foothold into the opposition because she knows she's got such foul fucking behavior that it will be sooner or later when somebody's done with it. It's just a thing. How can anybody sit here and take somebody seriously that for a gotcha moment, let me set the stage here. Queen Bee, BJ, and what's that other chick's name? The one that was involved with the video. Why is it not coming to me? Anyways, she doesn't really matter in this story. BJ uploaded a video of her, or I still have questions. I don't know how the video got uploaded. It was before my time. So at the time it was uploaded, Joneson was friends with Queen Bee. Joneson and Queen Bee and all of her, like their group, knew that this had happened, that there was a video that was accidentally uploaded. They talked about it. Joneson was in shares talking about it. But never did any of them go after Queen Bee like she had done something wrong in this whole situation. So 2 years later, it gets brought up. Queen basically said, you're fucking lucky I didn't fucking do what I could have done to BJ. And BJ's like, oh my fucking God. So here comes the little, we're going to clean up. Here's an opportunity for a gotcha. We've been waiting for this moment, chewing our fucking nails. We're going to get you now, Queen. Mind you, they all sat around when this initially happened and had no problem with Queen's interaction or reaction or anything at the time. But 2 years later, when they're no longer friends, she decides, because Queen says, I had a conversation with the police. Now, granted, I was kind of like, oh, God, why did you do that? Okay, like, again, because I knew that they were looking for anything. And sure as fucking shit, Joneson takes the opportunity to try to FOIA and get a gotcha moment on Queen Bee if she had had a conversation with the police about this video. But the sad thing about that is that wasn't the case. She knew that Queen, because they were friends, had other things going on in her life, which is the part the internet misses quite often. Joneson was a part of the inner circle. She was somebody that Queen looked at as a friend. I'm not speaking for Queen. I'm speaking on the outside of all of this, what I've gathered. So this ex-friend years later that didn't have a problem with the reaction decides to take a moment of, did she have a conversation? First and foremost, it was never, should have never been anything to do with Queen. Not a fucking thing. No matter what. Yeah, no matter what the fucking case was in that situation, Queen Bee had nothing to do with it. Queen Bee didn't upload it. Queen Bee didn't show it. Queen Bee wasn't responsible for it. It was all BJ. Brittany J never handled this situation whatsoever. She never gave a fuck enough. She made it into content. She made it into fucking content. But somehow 2 years later, it became Queen was the evil person. And then they used that moment to get FOIA records and intentionally hand them off to a person, Sinner, who they were amping up and gassing up to try to destroy Queen. She took the opportunity to disguise her backdoor stuff. Sorry, give me a second. Little one needs a bottle opened up. BJ never filed, never followed up. She made it into content over and over again. But then again, 2 years later, it was used as a moment to incite chaos. And it's such a vicious, vile attack on Queen. It was shocking to me. And at first I didn't really understand because I didn't know there was a lot of missing pieces for me because I wasn't involved. But going back and seeing it, Joneson took every opportunity to take a slight at Queen. And then this person who has openly struggled, we had all seen him have a come apart. I think it was Thanksgiving previously that he was struggling with his sobriety. They amped that person up, handed him records, and got him to where we are today. They're such chicken shit, stand for nothing bitches that they had to gas up somebody. And again, he's a product of his own fucking bullshit. I'm not making excuses, but that's just what it is. She knew exactly what she was doing and where to hand it off to get done what she wanted to have done. And it was a personal attack and a personal slight at Queen. And it has always been. So the same things that have happened to Queen very openly, but through backdoor means of like ITOW, you know, being anonymous channels and stuff, are the same things they do with me. I just force their hand out front. They've used the same people. Sinner, he comes after me and talks all sorts of shit because of his weird relationship with all of them. But Joneson, I've never had any interaction with. From moment one, I've said she is dumb as a fucking box of rocks, and I can't. I don't. This is condescending, Becky. I don't fuck with stupid people. Period, point blank. People in my inner group are educated, smart, compassionate, have empathy, great humans that have dedicated their lives to something. Whatever that something is, they have a purpose. Janice in accounting, one of the best people. They've been going after her, saying she's obsessed and she's this and that. Janice in accounting is a damn good friend. A damn good friend. And I guess it's a slap in the face, isn't it? That I will always stand beside people like that versus some of you stand for nothing bitches. I'm sick and tired of that shit. But Joneson, back to her before I get on a fucking other tailspin. Joneson is a lapdog for Nunya. I don't engage with Joneson besides calling her stupid. Sorry, it is what it is. Joneson has shown her ass. Joneson is Craig. Very similar belief systems, just disguised a little bit better. You know, her crowd keeps her a little bit more under control and under wraps. The Yep situation in Joneson. One of my friends, actually multiple of my friends, got scammed by Yep. I had nothing to do with it. Didn't know about it until it was a fucking out. Here it is. I said something about it. Hey, this needs to be addressed. So what happens? They write a script for Joneson. They write a fucking script because they can't trust her ability to navigate adult situations. She had to be handed a fucking script to write that was written for her. Really? I mean, they don't even think you're fucking smart. Did you hear that? They don't even trust your ability of navigating adult situations. They wrote you a script. To which that script I knew was fucking bullshit. And it was like the biggest gaslighting, trying to claim that we wanted the victim's information and shit like that. That's what the fallout from that was. Because they gave some fucking half-ass like, oh yeah, no big deal, moving on. And I was like, the fuck? Are you joking? Are you fucking kidding me here? There's a problem. This person's a problem. This person has been in these communities scamming people. Well, you guys coddled her in a fucking Discord. When people brought it to their attention, they swept it under the fucking rug. And then they tried to claim that it was, well, the victims weren't ready to come out and talk about it. And you demanding the victims' information. Nobody ever demanded shit from the victims. Not a goddamn thing. No, it's because she was involved in fuck shit right alongside all of them. And they didn't want to upset the Yep because she was involved in all of this shit. And that is my opinion. And it's going to stay that way. They didn't want her to target them. Had nothing to do with protecting victims. Never was. It was protecting their own asses because she knew information from being in those spots that could have outed them. Again, Joneson has always been stupid to me and will remain. She's just like their little yapping chihuahua. They don't give a fuck. They wind her up like a fucking top and let her go. Okay, cool. The one thing about that group is they were never able to control me, and that was always a problem because I didn't ask permission and I didn't apologize. When you live authentically as you don't have to fucking meet the demands of random fucking people who think they can control you when they have no control over their lives or their worlds around them. But here, this is what they're good at doing. Joneson showed me enough of who she was right off the bat. I didn't need anybody to tell me. You don't play in people's faces and then go to their opposition and fucking play in the face. That was Dolly and Queen. I saw what I saw, and that was it. Deetz. I always thought Deetz was okay. She was intelligent. Some of her videos in the past I've really liked. But one thing that always stood out to me with Deetz is she was very, very weak when it came to standing for anything. She liked to play a lot of games. Well, that's not what it is. Well, that's not who I was talking about. She's treated like Brittany J with this little kid gloves approach. Oh, our little Deetsy over here. You know why they treat her like that? Because I don't. It's fucking weird to me. It's fucking weird. Her little fires everywhere. I had no clue what the fuck was going on with that or who she was talking about because these people weren't my people. I've never spoken to her. I thought she did great at debunking some things. I'll give her credit where credit is due. But then I saw some very interesting debunking, situational spins where they would get panels up there, and Crime Sleuthin is one of them. So it would take 6 or 7 of them on a panel to handle Crime Sleuthin, who they continually opened up a panel for to constantly go after. Pointless conversations. Yeah, not Starlight, the other one. At first, it didn't bother me because I was like, yeah, crime sleuthing is a fucking problem. But then I sat back and I watched. I was like, fuck, if I have issues with somebody, it's me and that person. Like, I don't need a whole backup crew to come in and fucking have my back. Or we need to circle around and every one of us. But I noticed that was a constant, that they would get many people up there, get her to go, and then it would turn into content for over and over. And I was like, wow, isn't that interesting? But now they have a problem with dogpiling? Huh. And no love lost between me and Crime Sleuth, and it's just things I noticed. But that wasn't just Crime Sleuth, and it was anybody. And I'm sorry, but for anybody in here that likes the glare, that's on you. But I don't know how you can have respect for that man when he has admitted to the things he has publicly admitted to with his own situations and his own family. I see it for what it is. So I constantly saw that group of women sticking up for and defending men that I find to be complete scumbag pieces of shit. The glare. Josh the Lab. So it's situational, their care and concern about victims and their families. It's very situational. And again, for somebody that wants something, you know, they would kind of track a little bit about understanding why victims need or protections, but then they would make excuses for things like how the glare treated John O'Keefe, his murder, and defend that shit. That was always a clusterfuck to me. Never understood it. And I didn't really want to understand it. Still don't care to. But I saw a constant defending of grimy bastards. Whatever. That's on them. But I was like, Jesus, if this is what they're married to, I mean, whatever. I would hope that they're not married to these type of men, and that's why they make excuses for men like this, complete strangers on the internet. But hell, what do we know? Then I've seen them defend Gray Hughes. Now, I don't know Gray Hughes at all on a personal level, thank fucking God. But I've seen that man berate his subs, like just on a, you would think that would be, nope, that would be something that they didn't do. What's up, the soup? You got your attention. What now? Hey. You're probably one of the only ones from that group that is, well, your group of people, the jerks, none of them are blocked because I don't know who they are. But the other bitches are blocked and will remain that way because for 2 years, this is what it's been. He berates women. When YouTube Bad Actors came out and started clipping them, I was stunned. I was absolutely stunned. And these women defend those people. They defend Gray. And I was like, holy shit, you can't be for the victims and or the subs or anything like that and defend this shit. You just can't. There's just no here, there, or anyway. Where? Another thing that just shocked me when I started peeling back the layers of everything. But that was Deets. So it was hard for me to take Deets seriously. I didn't have any love lost with her, but she always seemed to do these very like underhanded things. You know, their HOA stuff, I could get with that for a while. And by the way, Soup, I think you might have said recently that I don't know if it was you or one of your people, or so don't quote me on this. Somebody said, and I think it was likely over there. Again, forgive me if I'm fucking wrong. But somebody said something to the effect of, I wanted the HOA to be a part of the HOA so bad. No, they used it to try and control me. They kept fining me because I wouldn't get in line with what they wanted me to do. I was their number one most fined. You guys remember that? They came seeking me. They came to try to chastise and condemn me and did it in this little joking way that we're finding them. No, I knew what it was. I saw what it was. They didn't like the content I was doing because they didn't approve. Since the fuck when do I need a bunch of strangers on the internet's approval of what the fuck I do on my channel? Excuse me? Especially ones that I've never even spoken to or have any respect for. But that was this whole like little, oh, she really wanted to be a part of the HOA. No, I fucking didn't. It was weird. I told Nunya, and she can tell you this. I told them, Nunya particular, that they could have used that to branch some communication and some connection if done properly. They could have used that to build off of and repair some of the damage. But that was still when I didn't realize that Nunya and her friends, because Nunya's not alone on iTow. She's not. She didn't know how to fucking edit. Granted, she was trying to learn, but she didn't know. One of her really good friends, another one that I got rid of, was really interested in editing in AI. There was a group of them behind that. But she let how many people take the hits for being accused of being iTow? iTow used Queen Bee's attorney's name. Anyways, I never cared to be a part of the HOA. That was the way they got me in their chats because I thought that that was actually fun. They could have really done something with that and really had some fun with it. They could have branched out. But I didn't realize that that was just the public facade of the intentional harm that they were doing behind the scenes. They wanted this public face to all of us that they were these up, lighthearted, having fun. Meanwhile, the grimier shit was going on right in front of our faces with channels, anonymous channels like iTow, and collecting on people. Fucking weird. But don't ever get it twisted about the HOA, because I never sought out the HOA. They were coming after me. And I think Chasing, I will be honest, I think Chasing thought it was fun too and kind of a game. Maybe she was more nefarious with it too than I even realized, because at one point in time, I gave a lot of respect to her, undue respect. Now, let me be honest. I will be truthful. I didn't do my research on a lot of these people. I took a lot of your words for them. Like, oh, Chasing's very good at this, or I have a lot of respect. So I was like, okay, I'll go check it out. I will go give it a shot. I did. I learned. I saw. Yeah, Chasing Crime is not who I'm talking about. Chasing Truth. Yep. But Chasing and I always had a level of mutual, what I thought was mutual respect, until the day she sat on Granny's and told me that when everything changed is when I hit a link at Clues. I laughed my fucking ass off and said, well, shit, I guess you just showed me. You just showed me you really concern yourself with victims. And then she admits in the same thing, in the same talking, that she wouldn't have known what to do either in that situation, and she would have probably clicked the link. But everything changed because I said I respected Clue for offering me a link in that moment. But she admits that she wouldn't have known what to do either and probably hit it too. Because at that point in time, I've always stood for the fact that victims and their families deserve better. And Chris has been ran through the fucking ringer. So let's see. I've gotten all the HOA members out and the wannabe HOA members out. They're really escalating right now for some reason. I guess it's good content. Sure. You can't bring the views on your own. I mean, hell, same with Brittany, right? You want to give Brittany credit for everything that's came true and good on my channel. Blah, 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 blah. Do it. Do it, lady. Make that your content. Nonsense is obsessed with BJ. No, never been a thing. Well, they sit around and tell you that I collect or I'm doing this. Yes, I'm transparent about it. You guys know exactly what I do and why, and you've seen why it's handy. However, the very people that have been collecting on Brittany J are people that sit with the HOA who have stored things for years, because after their fallouts with Brittany J, see, Dietz and a bunch of that group was at one time good with BJ. There's a lot of clips that exist from years previous to when I was around. But somehow Nunya has now even been in the comments so boldly saying that she thinks I was intentionally clipping BJ's kids. Nunya has a very underhanded, disgusting way of doing things. See, they've made Kyle, Soup, I'm looking at you. You don't talk about Kyle, but by proxy, by allowing the comments like degrading me and what I spend my YouTube money on or anything, you're talking about Kyle because everybody knows that that man works multiple jobs and is a damn good fucking human. And none of those bitches that surround you and amp you up can tell you any fucking different, because I'm no different online than I am offline. I respect the shit out of that man. And I will always have a problem with you bitches being so ignorant to try and worry about where I'm spending my money when it's the fucking man who busts his goddamn ass that provides for the majority of our life. Brittany J doesn't even pay our rent. But you have these grimy ways of, well, we don't do that. We're not doing that. No, you let your comment section. You let 6 Up sit in there and say I was exploiting my adult child. She's 23 years old. If she wants to have a relationship with a grown-ass man, she's entitled to. Granted, that wasn't what it was. Cash came in at a moment that she needed support. And I was so thankful and will always be so grateful for what he has done for Mackenzie. It was never about money. It was about emotional support and understanding. And those bitches that sit and smile in your faces and talk all the shit now, they pretended to be friends. Well, Nunya didn't. Nunya always disliked Cash. She always wanted me to remove Cash's wrench and get rid of him. He was weird. Cash has always been great to me and my family, but it's never been about money. Tracy and I did too, until the backhanded shit really came out. Until you guys sit in chats with people that are claiming that I was always really wanting to be a part of the HOA. What? You guys don't have, you want to come in here and correct that. I had fun with it too, but it's easy to correct these things, right? And say that, no nonsense, we find her because she was doing this, this, and this. I was never begging to be a part of your group. And that's the way some people like to try and rewrite history. Oh, cigarette number 2. I have a job, blank screen, and they know that too. But again, here's the part that people miss. Nunya has a personal issue with me. What that fucking is, I have no idea. She's had 2 years to get to be a fucking adult. I've given her opportunity and chance after chance. I finally cut that off by blocking that bitch and saying enough. She's had 2 fucking years. And here we are still. Amethyst has a personal fucking issue with me. And the rest of them are just falling in suit. That's the only fucking 2 that I've had issues with. The rest of them just fall in line. I haven't done shit to them, haven't hurt them, didn't treat them like shit, opened my house up to one of them, let them be around my family, my children. And now, after that has been done, it has been even alleged that I stream in front of my girls. No, my girls aren't out here. I'm outside. They're inside. That my girls are unattended when they know there's 3 fucking grown adults in this goddamn house. If I'm not with them, somebody else is. But now, families are off board to them, but they find these grimy backdoor ways of doing it. I see you. I've always seen you for what you are. I'm just fed up with it. I'm fed up with my friends being hurt. I'm fed up with Revival being attacked and called all these names and stuff when Revival's not doing this shit. Revival's not sitting around collecting. You know what? You want to hear you hurt her? You hurt all of us. You're a huge fucking disappointment. You stand for fucking nothing, Nunya. You had to create a goddamn alt account to attack Queen Bee for the very things you sat by her while it was going on. And then because something happened and you didn't get your way, you created an entire fucking anonymous account to attack her and try to destroy her because what? Your feelings were hurt? You were publicly humiliated because you lost your fucking wrench? You sit by people that created an entire account while one of my really good friends was losing her father. They came in here while we were trying to do something good for Duchess and started fucking talking mad shit to Duchess about losing her father. That it was a lie. Grimy fucking bitches. Grimy fucking bitches. Unforgivable bitches. After Amethyst and I fell out, her mom came to my house because I've met her mom numerous times. Wonderful woman. Absolutely wonderful human. See, when Am came here, she left her entire file, all of her records from what we had been covering. And again, you'll never get me to say that that was something I regret. I learned a lot through that situation. I would do it time and time again. She deserved so much better from the system. Absolutely. But multiple things can be true. I can have empathy for that situation and I can still see. As soon as we were at a irreconcilable differences and I knew that it was just over and done with, there was no friendship to try to salvage between the two of us. The first thing she threw in my face was those records. I didn't attempt. Never once did I ask her to bring them here. Never once did I open the bag of records. Never once did I look through them. I don't remember why she even brought them here, but she left them here. I put them up in the closet for safe storage because that was something that was very important. But again, I never asked questions because I figured maybe she just needed them out of her space, so she stopped looking through them. The account is down now, by the way. That was attacking Duchess's. But there's screenshots, and it's fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting. Unforgivable, disgusting fucking bullshit. The instantaneous thing that happened was she threw that in my face. Well, just rid of them. Just throw them away. Just toss them away. Why would I ever do that to somebody? It took her years to compile that information about what happened to her. I might not get along with somebody, but I am never, ever, I am not a revenge seeking, vengeful seeking, none of it. When it's done, it's done. But I am never going to do foul shit like that to somebody, ever. But that was the instantaneous, just throw them away. Why the fuck would I throw them away? Again, she asked me to help get attention to her case. I did. I did everything I possibly could. I bent over backwards and I would do it again because I cared. I don't care anymore. She's still a victim of a heinous situation, but I'm done having it weaponized and thrown over my head. I'm done with people saying that I exploited my friends when these people sought me out to help them. Her mom came to gather those records the day before I flew out to North Dakota to go be with another friend going through a tough time. Her mom showed up. I said, let me get those records. I was headed out the door for a nail appointment. Not once was there a discussion about her. Not even mentioned. I hugged her mom goodbye and went on my way. Blocked, deleted, moved on. I didn't do anything to her records. I never would. I didn't bring it publicly. I didn't talk about it until it kept getting poked at and poked at and poked at and poked at and poked at. There's not these big, huge, fucking salacious stories. That's what happened. That's it. They were pissed off that they could not control me. What are your soup bowls doing in here? Is that a straw? Archangel? Do you need a straw for your soup? Is that chunky? I mean, she's beautiful. I'm not talking about her looks, but why do you need a straw in a soup? Is that what that fucking is? I can't even tell what that is. I might need glasses. What is that? Is it ramen noodles? What the fuck is that? What emoji is that? I'm fed up. It's chopsticks. Oh, noodles and chopsticks? Is that what it is? Interesting. It's a personal issue with Am and Nunya. They can try to mask it of they don't like my content. It's a dog pile. It's a this. They didn't have that energy or give a fuck when it was Molly that I was covering. They didn't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about BJ. Let's be truthful. They were all in here. They were doing content on BJ, and she was using the same deflect. Oh, it's the Secret Service. They're coming to take me away. They were using, BJ was using the same patterns to talk shit about them and accuse them of harming her and targeting her and all this shit. I didn't even know who she was. They did. But I started covering her because she was problematic. Super problematic. And here we are. But you notice one thing that none of these people stand for? They didn't have a fucking give a fuck when BJ and her panel started the transphobia. Again, I'm not transgender, but it was still transphobic rants. It was still using the transgender community as a fucking mockery and a joke. And not one of those people stood up and said anything. But yet they claim they care about people, right? That they're these pillars of amazingness. No, it's because that's their beliefs too. They didn't realize that Brittany instantly started writing messages on people like Chico and Pika to Rabbit. They knew that. But they still want to mask their fucking bullshit. They call me a pick-me because I said send the fucking papers. I was on the list to begin with of BJ's. And then I was taken off because what are you going to do? It's never been about shutting us up. It's never been about that. It's content for her. She knows exactly what she's doing, and she's doing it intentionally. By me saying, I want to be in the group so fucking bad. No, it's a fucking point that she is being selectively targeting Granny, who she's currently in litigation with. So why wouldn't I be like, yeah, you want to see publicly? I've done more content on BJ and dismantled her fucking patterns than anybody else with her own fucking words. Why isn't she coming after me? Because she doesn't want it to stop. She knows exactly what game she's doing. They know it too. But now it's turned into, I want to fit in so bad. I've never wanted to fit in. If anybody knows me at all, you know that I do my thing when I do my thing and how I do my thing. I don't ask for permission and I don't apologize. When I get something in my head, it just goes. We did 6 hours last night, 6 fucking hours, and we were all over the place from one to the other, and it just flowed, and it was amazing. We had the best conversation. We were just talking and going through, and oh, look at this and look at that. Rock a bit. It's gone way too far. I need you to prove that I've ever gone real life on BJ. I called her police department to give them my information. Okay. I went real life on myself. It's gone too far. I've been accused of calling CPS on her. Where's the proof of that? Yeah, you're right. It's gone too far. She used transphobic slurs and degrades an entire community. She blames us, they, them, for showing her house. Never done it. Didn't go real life on her. No proof to it. So you're right. It's gone too far. You're right. It's gone too far when there's an account by the name of Becky as a human trafficker and Kyle touches children's genitals, and then said account finally disappears. But then the people that I used to sit around that encouraged me to call and make reports to protect me and my family are now trying to imply that I could be behind those fucking accounts. No, I don't play games like that. And I would never, ever call my significant other something so disgusting. So you're fucking right. It's gone too far. You're right. It's gone too far. Now you have Nunya tapping in people because she's got a personal issue with me. And again, I don't give a fuck what Soup does for content. It's funny to me. It's super funny to me. Because she can't focus on what I'm talking about or dismantling what BJ is doing. It's personal insults to me. Show me who you are. That's it. I don't entertain it. You're fucking right. It's gone too far. But until you can put my name on any of that shit, I will continue to stick to her words on this internet and show her who she is. She can mock me all she wants. She can be funny all she wants. You also, I think, probably think Sinner's funny. I don't know if you think he is or not anymore. I don't really give a fuck where you guys go. That's not funny. What that man does is fucking dangerous and disgusting. But again, he was the man they defended. They can cheer for Soup all they want over here. When you have to tap in people like EKC and Renell, you've lost the argument. To try and rewrite what they fucking did. Now, Renell, I didn't really ever have anything to do with. That's a whole weird situation in itself. She's done a lot of content on me. I've mentioned her a few times here and there. Other than that, I don't know shit about her. I'm not involved. I got drug into shit there. But the other one, EKC, was a cleanup crew for Molly. And anybody to be rewriting that shit or how that all started is fucking pathetic and funny. Oh, he's doing so much better, Sinner is? Okay. All right. Sure. Rock a bit. Did things change for you with the whole Yep situation? Just wondering. You said things are going too far. No, Chasing. No, not you. Deets. I just saw Chasing's comment. I was talking about Deets. When the Yep situation got exposed, was that too far for you? I didn't say she exploited Summer. She covered for a lot of people exploiting Summer. In my opinion. That's my opinion, right? We're entitled to our opinions, right? Based on the things that I know and the hands where she had involved in, that is my opinion, that she kind of covered up for some of the people exploiting Summer's case. Rockabit, again, did things change for you when the Yep situation came to light? Did anything connect for you or problematic behaviors? I'm asking you specifically, when Yep was outed as a scammer, did that change anything for you? Ding, 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 ding. I just fucking did. It just did. What we're doing to BJ is too far, right? Documenting her own words is too far. But you guys, Deets, documented everything that was said. That's not what I asked you. Again, Rockabit, I'm not asking you about me. I've never had a relationship with you. You've just been a sub. I've never talked to you or anything. I'm not asking you about your view of me. I asked you specifically about Yep. Why are you avoiding that? You know why I've changed to these people? Because the people they sit in discords with no longer had control. So they had to spin a narrative that I was this evil, horrible person. Most of these people don't know fucking shit about me. They've never had a conversation with me. But they used the Yep situation that got brought to my plate, and friends of mine were being scammed. And I was like, yeah, fuck, this is a fucking problem here. To create a bigger fucking wave of demanding that I was demanding the victim's information. And I'm so sick of this fucking, she doesn't name names. The fuck I don't. I name names all the goddamn time. It's just not the ones you want to hear, because in their fucking heads, they twist everything to be about them. If I'm talking about them, I'll say their fucking names, just like I did today. Just like I do every other time I name them. They try to twist things that I'm not even talking about, anything to do with them. BJ's crowd. You can go back a fucking year ago and see I'm talking the exact same way. She even had you fooled. That situation in itself created a huge ripple effect. And you know who, at the end of the day, didn't get held accountable for shit? Yep. Yep had a lot of disaster in her wake. A lot. And had been doing it in communities before. Chasing did good content on that, and then nothing. Absolutely fucking dead ended. And she's been around these communities scamming for a long time. That had a lot of problems within it. But they don't want to talk about things that actually changed a lot of the direction of some of the questions of them. Their involvement with Yep. The fact that Yep still had a wrench when she disabled her account on Jonesins. Oh my gosh, Cindy Lou Who, you got a fucking name like Cindy Lou Who, and you want to come in here and cut down on Rhoda Row? Stay in your fucking lane. Rhoda Row is fucking amazing. You'll never be. She fucking cheers on Eli and Tomac because she's fucking cool as shit, and you're just a fucking wannabe hiding under an account like Cindy Lou Who. And then you want to talk about her Rhoda Row. Shut the fuck up and go cry to your fucking mama. Don't come in here talking about people I give a fuck about. You guys just can't stand the fucking people that won't take your shit and roll over to you because you think you're some fucking pillars of something. The only thing you're a pillar of is fucking holding up your bullshit. Your gaslighting fucking semantics bullshit. Fucking have a problem with me. That's all this is they are going to continue to have an issue with every fucking thing I say or do. It's not because of what I say or do. It's not because of what I stand on, because they don't stand for shit. Let's be honest here. Again, I can lay it out until I'm blue in the face. There's no point. Let them have their fucking problems. It's not going to change anything. They're going to have what they want now because I've named their names. I've given them something to talk about, actually talk about what I've said. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Nope, I'm not. Truly, I'm not. I have boundaries in my real life. And when you cross those and spit in my face, you're not friend caliber. The people I have in my life are actually decent, really good human beings. Do we fuck up? Hell yeah, we're human. Yep. Do all my friends see the exact same things I do and believe the same thing? Nope, that's what makes us all individuals. And it's wonderful. It's absolutely fucking wonderful. And you know what's really refreshing? Not having people like this hanging on to you for 2 years later. When you don't give it any more space, it's getting space today because, again, there's collateral damage outside of me that I can't control. And that's exactly what their game point is, because they know me on a personal level. They know that I am protective to a fault when it comes to people I care about and my family. The underhanded, sly ways that they are trying to take shots at Kyle about fucking finances in our house and YouTube, BJ, no, fuck you. That man works like 12 to fucking 14 hours a day. Fucking stay in your goddamn lane. And if any of you would allow the same shit to be talked about your family, go fuck yourselves, because you wouldn't either. Well, if you respect your men. See, the thing is there's enough space on this app for everybody to exist. But it seems like they only exist by hanging on to their hatred of people they once called friends. See, the difference between myself and them, I can speak for only me, is that when I get on here, I actually have a mission of what I'm going to talk about and lay out, because there's problematic behavior. Does sometimes it get petty? Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Yep, it does. But their mission is to seek and destroy me because we're no longer friends. It's not because I'm lying about BJ. They see the same things. They saw it before I did. I just dismantled the pattern and have continued to do that. Thank you, Rockabit. I appreciate that. JP continues to say and make a big deal out of what I'm spending my YouTube money on and me flying first class. Kyle works multiple jobs, and I appreciate you, Rockabit, for actually acknowledging that. That man's a fucking hard ass worker and provides for this family. Yeah, I monetize. Whoop-de shit. So are they. I do a lot of good with that. And I've been so incredibly thankful for being able to do that. But the very people that are using it to spit in my face never had a problem with it. Actually Amethyst asked me to monetize her videos to try and get them in. I didn't want to.
I think I've seen the nastiest spider here.
You know what? Probably not. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. I guess I'll go eat worms.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Dark black spider.
Oh my God.
Freaky. In the pool too. I drowned it, but.
Well, that wasn't very nice of you to do.
I'm scared of it. It was actually two in there.
Okay.
I'm good. I jumped out immediately.
You jumped out. You okay? Do you need me to go help? Are you coming to get me to go? You really need me to go get the spider out of the pool?
You can go dig it out.
No, thank you.
I'm not touching it. It's disgusting.
Probably not. You know who likes me? Kenzie.
What?
I was waiting for her to turn around and be like, no, the fuck I don't. I'm stuck with you. Here comes PETA. Oh my God. By the way, somebody sent me a screen recording of Cletus's blowtorch. Yes, I have blowtorch envy. Okay, get over it. I do. He's got a more powerful one than I do for my scorpions. I might really do some damage, though, to things if I had one that powerful. It might not be safe for me to handle one like that. I just can't imagine being a grown adult and coming into somebody's chat and saying, damn nonsense, you're a complete fucking moron. No one likes you. And do you think I'm going to give a fuck if no one likes me? Do you think I'm on here for ass pats and accolades? If you really think that, go back and listen to what I've always said. I'm not here. I have luckily made amazing friends through this, but I have an entire world that exists outside of this app.
You know who's morons?
Who?
the people that think that Tylenol is the reason why people have autism.
Well, there's that.
It's all over my TikTok. It's so funny.
Amy, I'm still hoping that the rapture comes and takes some of these chosen ones. I think it would be a great time if we got all of these like, oh, we're the chosen ones. Sucked up. Bye, bitches. Peace out. Jay got struck? Oh, she got a copyright on their music. Okay.
I'm dripping water everywhere.
And yes, the 23-year-old is now behind me because nobody likes me. She came in to
They're stupid. They can't help it.
help her mommy out because nobody likes me and I'm about to have a come apart. So she's here for
It's
my
crazy,
emotional
though, 'cause,
support.
I reposted a video on TikTok and it said, you know what's worse than Tylenol
Same.
for kids? School shootings.
Oh, Kenzie, don't say that because the HOA, well, not all the HOA, will try to dismantle the fact that we're being insensitive to their prayers because we think there needs to be more than prayers. No, we still had today, Angel. We heard it on TikTok. We listened to it last night that we still had an opportunity for the 24th because some people thought it would happen between the 23rd and the 25th. So we were given a time frame and we were still hopeful. We were still. Amy.
You have 400 people and all you do is talk.
That's all I'm doing, yeah, because I'm talking about drama. So a lot of the lurkers are in here. I showed that I don't like watch their channels or anything because they think I'm like hanging on or like, again, you want me to really hurt feelings? Kenzie.
Prayers don't work no matter what.
Okay, that's not where we were going here.
I was reading the comments. What? What'd you say? I don't know. I'm not paying
Chasing,
attention.
if you think it's making fun of prayers, then you need to go back and I can't help you on that part.
Wait, who?
If you think that it's mocking prayers to say your thoughts and prayers aren't fucking enough, save them. Again, that is absolutely asinine that you can't separate out shit. That you can't separate out. It's not mocking prayer. And I'm sorry, if you want to be disrespectful as fuck, if you want to continue to disrespect the fuck that a lot of us have religious trauma because of bullshit like this and continue to mask that it's offensive to you that I am saying that prayers are not enough. We need to take action to protect our children. If you want to be offended by that, then continue to be offended by that because I will continue to be offended by the fact that you are so ignorant when it comes to people with religious trauma and not being able to separate it out and acknowledge that other people don't live in your bubble, that a lot of us have had a lot of trauma because of religion and prayers are not fixing school shootings. And I would hope that you didn't have the balls to say that to people like Sandy Hook victims, that it's offensive to you that your prayers aren't working. Nope. Another school shooting just happened.
Yeah, how's that gonna save them?
Sorry. This is where I have zero respect. And this is where I don't give a fuck. I don't need you to come around here and be offended by shit that is easily talked about. Again, you are entitled to have a relationship with who you choose to pray to and what you choose to pray about. That's a personal, independent conversation. But you use it as a tool to shut down genuine conversations that we need more than just prayers. And again, I'm not talking about taking all your fucking guns. I'm talking about common sense. And when you try to mask the conversation by I'm offended that prayers aren't enough, that's what we're acknowledging, that prayers aren't enough. You can pray and do a plan B. We need to move it into that direction. When you use the conversation shutter as it's offensive to me, it's mocking prayers. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with you. It's just not enough. I'm offended for the kids that continue to get shot up in schools because people continue to mask the conversation with thoughts and prayers.
That's legit all they can say too. That's the pretty part.
You are chasing, and until you realize that by doing what you're doing,
Wait, hold on, go back up.
and being so ignorant to the other side of things, that's exactly what you're doing. Many people don't have the experience. What, atheists who don't pray? I mean, oh, never mind.
Go down.
What
I
one
wanna
do you
read your
want?
comment. Cussing and acting ignorant. Oh, it's one of those.
Chasing,
Okay.
stop that shit. I've always cussed. I've always been who I am. Don't start the whole fucking thing. Don't cuss at me. Don't do that shit. Don't act foolish. Seriously, this is how I've always talked. Don't expect to be treated any differently than I treat anybody. When I am passionate about a situation, it is what I talk
It's
about.
like-
Don't try to fucking use it to play the victim right now.
It needs
Don't
to go
do it.
back to the old ways where people shut up about religion and politics and keep it to themselves.
No, we don't. We
'Cause
need
if
to
I
make
hear-
change. We
well-
need to make change. We need to talk about these things and make change. No, this is why the whole conversation about religion and politics and people not being willing to be adults and separate shit out is why we are in the state we are. Because they're using all of it to control.
People DIE if they have a different opinion. So that's why I'm saying that.
Then don't mention me cussing. Don't mention me cussing because I'm not talking about
You think
any
her
different
cussing's
way.
bad? You should hear me.
Okay. I've never spoke differently. Don't throw it in my face about
Exactly.
cussing
Wait,
now.
Hold on. Read Kraft's comment.
Person replaced my cancer treatment. If only I had prayed, I would be. If I only prayed, I would have been dead. How do I know? Because I prayed before my treatment began and the tumor was still growing. I'm really sorry about that, crafty girl. That's what I'm saying. Like, people continue to be so offended by thoughts and prayers are not enough. I'm sorry, they're not. They're not. How many more families are we going to have to say, I'm sorry, our thoughts and prayers did not protect your children from being shot up in a school? I'm sorry, what? Like that, you want to talk about ignorance? There's where the ignorance lays. Your relationship with who you believe in is between you and whoever you pray to. But you guys are also very quick to try and discount other religions, other walks, other experiences. And it's ridiculous. Oh, I love their people came in.
Kids can't even go to school without being scared if there's going to be a school shooting or if they'll make it out. At
And
any
again,
age.
Kendra, have I ever said that I wanted guns to be removed? You guys are so weird about these conversations. Have you ever listened to what I've said
Yeah, you've
about
never
guns?
said that.
Never, ever. Because that's not what I
You
stand
can't
for.
even get rid of guns if you tried.
That's not what I'm
That doesn't
saying.
make sense. We need more safety.
I know a lot of people. Well, see, I haven't even gone that far.
There could be a lot more safety in place with guns, but there's no way of getting rid
Narcos
of
clips,
them.
I disagree with that too. It's not always a parenting issue. Sometimes you can do everything right and there still be other things at play. So we talked about mental health the other day. Somebody said there's a mental health issue. Okay, then open up more resources. Open up more resources for mental health to protect the mental health workers. Do that. Throw more resources available for people with mental health. Take care of that. Where's the outrage over the fucking Fox News host who said that there should be lethal fucking injections for homeless people? Where's the outrage about that? And then a homeless encampment in Minnesota, 7 people get shot.
And a lot of our homeless people are vets too.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
America
Because of
First should
mental
start with our own people, but that doesn't happen. Anyways, we're getting off into the weeds here on a lot of things that I stand very firmly against, and I'm not going to let that derail. And I'm not going to let this whole fucking conversation about people's fifis being heard over what I've said. I've said what I've said, and I stand on what I
See,
say.
don't watch
You
it.
can pray, you can absolutely pray, but to try and use this whole thing of I'm so offended by mocking prayer. I'm sorry, but a lot of people like BJ, Craig, Betty, many others use it as a tool to harm others. So yes, I will continue to mock the false Christianity. I will continue to mock the people who weaponize it to harm people, just like they do religion, politics, or any other thing. There's radicals in all sectors. And until people start realizing that, it is where it is.
There's a lot of evil people that go to religion just to forgive them for their
Sure
sins.
are.
Lots of them.
Buttercup, yeah. It's just, you are free to be offended. It is 2025, and the last time I checked, actually, no, you're not.
Devices
not
do
free.
nothing really. yeah, kids can have social media and get bullied, and yeah, that can be an issue with mental health. But at the same time, it's kids in school.
This is about
Kids also
humanity.
bully other kids in school.
Absolutely.
You could take away phones, and kids are still going to get bullied at school.
Chasing, honestly, to tell you the truth, and no disrespect, but I'm not interested in a conversation with you. I'm not. That I've tried that. It's long gone past. I'm not interested in a conversation with you.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
about
interested
humanity.
to find any like common ground here with you. We can coexist in a space where people watch you, they come over here, they respect you. I'm good with that.
Aw.
But I am not interested in a
Read
conversation
Lauren's
with
comment.
you.
Scroll up and read Lauren's comment.
Prayers did not work for my niece, 9th grader. On a field trip, one of the boys shot himself in the neck and killed himself. I'm really sorry, Lauren. I'm really sorry.
Parenting will not change anything.
I'm really sorry for all. There's a lot of people in here that are like, prayers didn't.
Yeah. Because that's not going to just fix everything.
Jesus says, pray for your enemies.
Nah.
Hey, Misfit, me and you have had conversations about that, and we have very differing views on certain things, but we have more in common than we do difference. And I appreciate that. And you understand it. Yeah, it's about humanity at this point in time in the society that we're in. It's humanity versus insanity. Like the offended, hurt Fifi shit is just too far. And I'm going to continue to talk about it. I'm going to continue to be open about this shit is where we are. I know you didn't. I'm just saying I'm not interested for anybody in the comment section that is being, I'm not saying you asked for one. Don't twist the shit right there. I'm just saying I am not interested. Because again, when you sit with the people that you sit with, and yes, you sit very proudly with those people who continue to gaslight and lie and take shots and do these underhanded things to bring in my family or diminish Kenzie or Cash and their relationship or Kyle and how hard he works. I've got no respect. That has been long gone. So your respect left for me when I clicked a link on Clue's panel because I said I respected her for offering me that link. My respect left when you sit by and are unwilling to actually check your own people.
Scroll up real quick. I want to read that person's comment.
Which one?
Narcos. Parenting would, because these children get away with everything clearly. You don't see it. No, they don't.
No, that's not always an easy fix, Narcos Clips. That's a Band-Aid. Again, ideally, right? Ideally, parents all could handle and be better. I agree that a lot of it does start in the home. So don't get me twisted here. I agree that it starts in the home. But due to addiction, mental health, that's an expectation that you can't always just put on, oh, it's the parents' fault. No, you can do everything right and still have things go awry.
There's also some parents that don't believe in mental health, and then they don't get their kids checked out, and then the kid goes and does that.
There's a lot to it.
There's a lot.
You don't do it publicly, Chasing. I know that. I've seen screenshots of the comment sections you're in when shit's being said. It is what it is. In fact, you came to me when you were in a comment section that you obviously felt comfortable about, and I respected that. You said, look, this was what was going on. I was in there, but I wasn't partaking. I don't remember what it was even about. Again, this isn't, I don't even know why you're in here, truly.
Wait, hold on. What is that? When people stop talking about... I can't see with your thing over the...
Which
comment.
One?
Down.
Down?
No,
up?
When people stop talking about...
When people start talking, that's when you get violence. That's when civil war happens because you start to think the other side is so evil and they lose their humanity. And that's the thing, Andy, is conversations, productive conversations. When you are in a spin cycle and have been for years on end, you've got to progress on and cut those conversations off and have conversations with people willing to actually have conversations.
I want to read that person's comment.
Which one?
Would kids be willing to tattle on each other? Down a little bit. Air Force vet.
There you go. Would kids be willing to tattle on each other on things?
What do you mean?
I'm not sure.
Explain more.
Yeah, Bree, again, that's a her issue. they lump us together and say that they've all done this, that, the other thing. I've never done anything to her personal life. Yes, I called her police department and protected myself when I was being called a child predator by Peggy Monroe in her comment section that she left there after inciting people to believe that I was nefariously just clipping her children, yada, yada, yada. I called, gave him my information. Nothing came out of it. I went real life on myself. Other than that, I have not done a fucking thing to her real life.
I mean, therapy is not just a fix it and it's over with. Like, you still have to go to therapy often. Like, it's not just going to take everything away from you.
Narcos clips. That's not what I'm saying at all, dude. That's not what I'm saying at all. Don't tell me that. I do a lot with children and addicts. I have seen kids who need a talking to. Talking you instead of being their friends. That's not what I said either. Is that, where the fuck are you hearing what I'm saying, Narcos? Like, what the fuck conversation are you a part of? Because not ever did I say that being your kids' friends is the solution.
Yeah.
Never have I said that. That didn't come out of my mouth. Again, yes, a lot of it starts in the home, but there are other factors that can lead to situations such as school shootings that are outside the parents' control. Not always is it the parents to blame or that they did something to fail their kids. Not always is it to blame that it's the parents' fault that their kids become addicts. Again, you can do everything right and still. So you want to have other solutions like mental health, resources, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. There is more to it. It's a complex situation. And just trying to, it starts in the home.
Yeah, my generation's screwed, I think. Oh, Ella. I don't think we have much hope.
She's my troll.
I really don't think so.
It's so weird to me.
I can't do makeup, so my pics are cats.
It's so fucking weird to me.
It doesn't help prevent poverty. Therapy does not help the homeless or those who...
Right.
Well, and it's sad, too, because, like, felons can't even work at McDonald's.
Yep.
But we have a president
we have a president running the country that's
understand.
a multi-time
and then
felon.
All these rich people complain about homeless people, but they do nothing to help.
Oh, my God.
You walked into craziness.
Why am I sensitive, Jen Mad? Because I'm sick of the fucking bullshit. I'm sick of the fucking lies and the gaslighting and the personal attacks. I'm sick of it. These people don't want to have a conversation. They want to fucking hate me. Hate me then. Fucking do it. They're not in here for a conversation. They don't give a fuck what we talk about. They don't give a shit. They use... No, They use... Oh, fuck. The nasty nails. They use these as fucking ways to attack me and where I stand on things. That's the problem here, Jen. Of course I'm sensitive to this because people I care about are being attacked and lied on over and over again, including myself. I thought you were talking about me, and I'm like, no, I'm fucking over it. Narcos Clips fucking
Did you just read
sits over there. No,
read it.
No, Narcos Clips is an idiot.
Yeah, a complete idiot after that comment.
This right here is exactly your fucking issue. If prayers don't work for you,
talk when you...
that is because you don't believe in God. So you're telling people that have, you're an idiot. Yeah, see, this is why I just can't with these people.
Yeah, it's being a kid right now, yeah.
Oh my God, like how stupid are you to say a comment like that, Narcos Clips, after people in here who are Christians, who pray, have told you that they prayed over and over again, and it didn't help them. Are you telling them they don't believe in God? Is that what you're doing? You're trying to take a dig at me, and you look fucking stupid.
Just because you don't believe in God doesn't mean you're a bad person.
I am so over this. I'm sorry.
I won't step foot in a church, but that's because I don't feel comfortable with that stuff.
I am so fucking over that one. Goodbye. I put chasing in timeout.
Yeah, that was pathetic.
Don't come in here on a day like today and fucking do this little circle jerk of fucking whatever the fuck you're doing. Said. I guess if you, oh my God, like that's a whole other situation there. Like whatever the fuck is going on here, you don't believe in God. If the prayers didn't work, what the fuck was that?
I don't know what kind of what.
Huh? Which one? I'm scared for my 13-year-old daughter. I don't know what kind of America she will inherit. I am not against safe gun control, but I don't believe in cutting people's medical insurance and programs, at least 100%. It's not that hard. So we want to protect the guns, right? People are so hell-bent on protect the guns, but not the healthcare. Okay.
We can have stronger rules for gun control.
Yeah, it's common sense. Again, I feel that people should be able to have them safe. And
Women
we've
rights
got to
should be
make a
women
step in.
rights.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
That should be in a woman's hands, not a man.
Well, not even all women. It should be a personal decision between them and their healthcare provider for what's needed
Yeah, it
for
shouldn't
them.
even, yeah.
All right, I think we're good. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Again,
Yeah, exactly, Air Force.
the point of this is
I
because
hate people that do that.
I'm sick and tired of people that I care about being hurt in the crossfire of this. I'm sick of them coming to me and feeling bad and being like, look, this is said here, this is said there, this person's getting shit on. They're shitting on everybody.
Jen,
It's been a
for
thing.
real, that's
It's been
wild.
going on for 2 years for one of them. It's been going on for months for the other one. The other ones are just like the fucking blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fuck. I have no respect for this shit. You're not going to come in here and fucking do that bullshit in my face anymore. I'm over it. Dislike me. Stand on that. Dislike me. Disagree with me. You're only looking like a fucking idiot when it comes to disagreeing over protecting our children.
Yeah, it's
You
not
say you want,
mocking.
and again, this is going to hurt feelings, but I can't take anybody seriously that comes in here and says that they, or I've heard them say, they didn't say it in here, but I've heard these people say that they want to protect our children. They want better for humanity, right? While they continue to support and ignore that the very people that they idolize are the ones causing a lot of this bullshit.
The shoving it down people's throat, that, yeah, I hate that too. Like,
Yeah, I
that's
hate that.
The biggest issue right now with religion is a lot of people just try to shove it down your throats and you don't want any part of it. I hate when people say prayers for you to me with my medical stuff because
Yeah.
that's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
That's not going to change anything.
Yeah, and the claim, okay, so let's talk about that. And I've said that the other day. Somebody said, well, it is a mental illness problem. Okay, let's go there. We need more resources available for handling that. So let's acknowledge that, yes, there are more issues that could be addressed if we had the resources to provide for people. But instead, the economy is upside down. We are kicking people off of insurance. We're kicking and lowering housing. We can't even take care of our own veterans. So, of course, people become desperate when you continue to take things away that they are reliant on. People are working multiple jobs to provide for their families, to survive. People get desperate and shit happens. And when you get a country that is a ticking time bomb of people feeling desperate and then people encouraging further bloodshed and fucking lifting up some guy that did a lot of damage, like right now is it's a fucking weird situation. And no, I'm not just against Trump. I'm against all politicians.
Also, education about
Expose them all. And here's the other
Why do
thing.
you do that?
Here's the other thing. Let me say this on my way out because I just want to make it known once again. If you say you stand for protecting children, if you say you stand for protecting victims, then none of you, I should hear every single one of you fucking speaking up and demanding the exposure of the Epstein files. It doesn't matter what the fucking letter is behind your name, who you vote for, what you identify. If you stand for protecting children and protecting victims, then every one of you should be demanding the release of the Epstein files. And every fucker in them should be exposed because we are now, as a country, letting it slide right under our faces that one of the biggest sex trafficking rings, and I'll call it a ring because he wasn't the only one involved,
Yeah, no.
is being covered up because of the people in power who were a part of it.
There was people that were talking about that on TikTok today. And they were like, what if Biden was in there? Okay, arrest him too. What are you talking about?
Yeah, fuck.
Like, what if it's your
Clinton's-
favorite politician?
Clinton's in there from what we know.
Arrest him.
Fucking get them all. Like, that's the thing is it's not that hard.
It's
There's
not
no
for me.
gray areas in these things. And that whole gray area, let me address that on my way out too. I work for one of the largest archdioceses in the USA, and I completely agree with you. We called for action, not just prayers. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Most people who are rational understand that and take no offense to what I'm saying. I definitely do mock Christians, the Christians like Betty,
The fake ones.
the fucking Christians like BJ, the Christians like Larry, who turn it on and off when it's fitting for them or they're in over their heads on
They're
fuck
fake
shit.
Christians.
Yeah,
Not
they're
real.
it is what it is. And if you can't differentiate and you're offended by me saying what I have, if you align with that and take offense to that, that's a you thing, not a me thing.
When all the fake Christians that are always constantly bashing the LGBT community, or if
Right.
you have different
Right.
opinions or anything, you're not a real
Speak it,
Christian.
sis. Speak it.
There's people that will go in people's lives on TikTok that are LGBT and will be like, I'm praying for you. God bless your heart. You can change it. What?
Yeah.
So you're going to go to hell because you're bashing somebody for being different than you. But
Uh-huh.
you're supposed to, in the
Pray
Bible,
for your neighbor.
supposedly supposed to support everybody and love everybody for who they are and how they are.
Accept everybody. We claim that we want inclusion, and a lot of you are like, no, we're good with that.
I can't stand people like that. It's so irritating. That's just like a... But the thing with the Epstein stuff, that's like the Diddy stuff. They're so rich that there's a high chance they're just going to get away with it, no matter what.
Well, it's so fucked
Money
up,
will
but
hide
everybody,
truth.
especially for anybody in the true crime sector,
Yeah,
that's a huge
exactly,
true crime case.
workforce.
If you claim that you are a true crime creator and this should be a nonpartisan issue. This should be a humanity and protecting victims issue. That's where it should be. But instead, it's, no, expose them all from top to bottom. And again, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you coming in and saying that, because it's not about Spike Mountain Dew. Thank you again.
Guilty, because why are they hiding the files? Why won't they
Because
expose them?
we know for a fact his name's
Yeah.
in there multiple times. Cash Patel admitted it. We were watching some of that last night, and it's just fucking crazy. Oh, there you go. Queer Christian here. Highly recommend the book Unclobber. And sorry to tell everyone, but we are God's favorite. There you go, Lindsay. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I follow a couple
See?
LGBT Christians, and they're really like nice people, and they hate the people that are constantly just judging when you're not supposed to judge.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to judge people for who they are, how they are, whatever. And there's a lot of them that do that.
Right.
So how are you an actual Christian if you do that?
Delicate titanium. That is something I stand on all the time. People like Betty and BJ and others who use it as a fucking weapon and a tool. It wouldn't matter what it is. They use it to cause harm and hide behind, because most of us come from the generation that religion and politics should not be spoken about. That's a personal choice. That's a personal thing. But when they are shoving it down your throats and putting it in your face that you can't criticize them because they are hiding behind their beliefs, it's fucking bullshit. And that's why we are in this space that we're in right now. When you have a man at a memorial service, Stephen Miller, looking straight at you, who is pushing Nazi propaganda. Yes, I said what I said. At a memorial service and doing a battle cry, we've got a fucking problem. You can love Charlie Kirk, appreciate what he stood for, but you can recognize what these grimy motherfuckers are using his death for. It is truly horrific.
The whole thing was definitely a setup.
And anybody that has a question of where I stand, if you think it's any different offline on the shit we talk about, here's your sign. You've heard the 23-year-old behind me who is freely speaking. And she's a lot like her mom in many ways, but she has her own mind and her own opinion.
And you don't have to be in a religion to realize the fakes.
Yeah. Katie K, sending you hugs.
Yeah. We're going to have a war within our own country, and it's getting there. It's sad and it's bad.
If they start trying to, I'm surprised Arizona hasn't, because that's where Turning Point, the headquarters, is. I will be with the parents protesting all of that, guaranteed, because I'm sorry, you ain't going to shove your Christian beliefs down my kid's throat at school. There's a definite reason why church and state have been separated. You are entitled to your belief systems and go pray on Sundays, pray every day, all of that. But you're not going to mix it in and try to whitewash history at the same time of bringing back. Because here's the thing, there are many people that deserve to be respected who do not believe in the same little book or the adaptation or the version of the book that many of you believe in. There are people, and that's valid too. If we want to talk about validity and people's feelings and respecting people and meeting them where they are, then we need to meet those people where they're at too. And nobody forces anybody, and we're not going to allow that in our schools. I will absolutely fucking be out there protesting. Speaking of which, me and Kyle, and I don't know if the girls want to go yet, we haven't talked to them, will be joining the No Kings protest on October 18th locally. And if you don't know what it's about, it's not a riot. It's against it's against having a dictator. It's against the cover up of the Epstein files. It's against corrupt government officials. It's not just a liberal thing. It is against all the fucking chaos.
If you haven't seen what it is, look it up. Look it up on TikTok or YouTube, and you'll see how many people are there and attend it.
We are 45% into Project 2025 being rolled out. 45% of Project 2025 has been implemented at this point in time. Yep. October 18th worldwide, if you need a location, if you would like to go. And this is something, because they are peaceful protests. They are absolutely. And we as a society, no matter what your political identifier are, should all be scared of what is happening. We should all be informed. And I know these conversations scare a lot of people. I'm not scared to have them because it's a learning for all of us. And corrupt government officials, no matter what side of the aisle they are on, deserve to be exposed. It's really not that hard. ASU mom, that's awesome. Yeah, we have a lot of them. 45% of Project 2025 has been implemented. Kyle reminded me this morning on his way out of the house.
The No Kings protest will give you chills. Even if you don't know what it is, you'll be like shocked by how many people support it and both sides or no side at all.
Lorraine,
of what it's like.
I just want to thank you for raising a son like that and for your son, because not all pastors, not all religious mentors, not all preachers think that it is something that can be prayed away or conversion therapy. So people like your son give me hope. There are very few and far between, especially with the Christian nationalist movement, and people like your son give me hope because he is living by the standard of love thy neighbor, not trying to change people for their sexuality.
He's obviously aware of our generation and what is happening in this world now, when a lot of old pastors are wanting everything back to the way it was before.
Well, and T, you're right. Please don't be scared. Be aware. It is scary what is happening because of how quick it's happening and how much is being inlaid that people are missing. Like last night, like I said, we talked for 6 hours about just random shit. We would be on one topic and somebody would be like, oh, wait, did you hear about this? And I'm like, hold on, let me go. Here's the video. And we were just one after another, like further into the discussion as we went. And it was so interesting because the shit is happening right before our eyes. And I continue to say, like, when you come into these chats like that, you have to lay your political identifier at the door, because I'm not the one relabeling these parties. You have the Crowders, the Bettys, those people are continuing to say, and I've shown it, they are Republicans, they are conservatives. And as they are calling for legal, lawful violence, as they are calling for Pam Bondi, who is not one of them, who is not conservative enough. And that's what I'm saying is the old school conservative Republican, the party I knew and was a part of for years, is pretty much non-existent. And these are the voices of that party now. And that's the problematic thing, is people get mad at me for being like, this is the Republic. No, they're identifying as that. So if that is your party, don't be mad at me. Be mad at the fuckers who are representing you in that way. That's what I'm trying to get. Like, I don't care about your political identifier, because a lot of you that have conservative values and beliefs or vote conservative don't do it for the purpose of the Crowders and the Bettys. Okay, now we're off on a completely different topic, but I do too. Just Marie, last night we had such a good time. It was such a good group too. It was I don't know. I just love those conversations because we're all learning together, and it is. That's the other thing, is no matter how much they ridicule me, no matter how much they take personal digs at me, no matter, they will never change who I am, what I've been through. They will never rewrite my journey or the path I'm walking. They will never be able to control or silence me or invalidate. All they can do is hate on me because we're no longer friends. Let them sit there. That's got to be a miserable spot, watching people you used to call friends for 2+ years to get gotcha moments on them. That's a miserable place to be. What fuels that? I have no idea. I watch BJ for content. I was never friends with her. I never cared for her. I saw her game from jump. Oh my gosh, Lorraine, I love that though. Good for him. Good for him. Oh, speaking of which, don't give two shits. Thank you for bringing that to my attention once again. So, I guess call it as I see it is once again using the picture of me in a bikini to try and like humiliate me or something. I have a fucking swimming pool and live in Arizona. I am chunky. I'm a chunky. Chunky. That doesn't bother me in any way, shape, or form. But those of you that sit there and take the opportunity to cut on my fucking looks and all that stuff, we see you. I see you. It's really weird, though, how you continue to inlay a picture of me in a bikini when you're trying to talk about BJ's family. Are you trying to get Craig to notice me in a bikini? Like, what's the intent there? Are you trying to put it in those videos so Craig notices me? No, thank you. He's already got an obsession over my jowls. It's fucking weird. It's weird. I am 42 years old. Okay. I don't even remember. Fuck. Who cares? It's just weird. I can't be a part of the Christian nationalism stuff. It's a disgusting version of a religion. Absolutely. It's an adaptation. It is not what most loving Christians believe in any way, shape, or form. Oh, did timing a few of them out? Did they all run back to their Discords to fucking... Thank you, Glennis. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. No, can you imagine the come apart? Oh my God. Fuck, I was a part of cults. Nope. And then I knowingly, as an adult, became part of a cult in Soul Blue LaRoe. Talk about a mind fuck. But thank God I got out of that. Yikes. Only cease and desist I've ever gotten. Here's another pick me. Was from LuLaRoe. I'm so sad. I sit by my FedEx alerts and still just hope someday. that I get picked. Again, we pointed out because it's the hypocrisy for all of us. It's the fucking obvious display of nonsense has done more content on her and dismantled her games than anybody on this internet has ever. And I'm avoided with the C&D while she continues to make a personal target at Granny and blame Granny for everything. They can call me a pick-me girl at all. Here's the pick-me signing off and saying, I never wanted you guys to pick me, and I sure as fuck don't now. Continue your hate parade. It's fucking weird. You've got your friends disliking me over shit that, whatever. I mean, I'm an equal opportunity hater, so I'm with it. Like, there's a lot of people on here that I just don't fuck with, most of you, for a good reason, because I can't take you seriously. Because I can't stand phony bitches that stand and say that they support victims or they support this or that, while supporting people who cover up sex trafficking of minor children. I just can't. I can't take it seriously. I'm sorry. My give a fucks are broken. Yes, I have. Yep. I have. Jen, I don't know whose it is. I'm not sure who it is. Another channel I don't watch or anything, but somebody else was playing it, and somebody brought it to my attention. Don't give two shits brought it to my attention in a chat today, and I was like, oh, wait, what? I hadn't watched BJ yet, and sure as shit, BJ played it. I was just like, what the fuck? Even though you're pretty antisocial, I've never met a stranger. I've never met I've just always been, my grandfather used to say I had the gift of gab, and I do. I really do. And Natasha Cooper simp? That's interesting. See, I don't. Mm-mm. Oh, that's not a joke either. Be nice, tried. It's not a fucking joke. Like they want their religious beliefs to be respected and not mocked. Meanwhile, they are so ignorant when it comes to trauma around religion, and it's so fucking frustrating to me because they want us to respect their beliefs when that's not everybody's beliefs. So why we have to just respect their beliefs is weird to me. And they cannot acknowledge that bad people use religion to harm others over and over and over. And it should be called what it is. It's a cult. What? Was that last night, Earth? I'm going to go over to Jay because I think Jay's on. She's probably been on for an hour now. I will redirect you guys to Jay. Thank you for allowing me to get this off my chest today. I'm just fed up with it. And I would really appreciate, again, most haven't been bringing it to me, but I don't want to know. I really don't give a fuck. Let them talk. They're just showing you that they're holding on to things that none of us give a fuck about. They're intentionally trying to hurt people around me by discrediting who these people are at their core. Oh, Chasing fired up alive because I hurt her feelings and timed her out. I'm headed to Jay's and I'm going to send you guys over there too. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. And for those hating, continue to hate. It's going to be what it's going to be. It's a personal situation that they're holding on to for years and trying to make it into all this other stuff. They don't fuck with BJ. They don't like BJ. They don't give a fuck what happens to BJ. They just hate me. They hate Queen. These are personal situations of people they once called friends that they have glommed onto and won't let go. And anybody that will promote that, like the soup, and give them that space to freely fucking show that shit, is going to be elevated. They don't give a fuck about her either. They didn't even know who the fuck she was. All right. Have a good day. See you at Jay's. Bye.